my dear Form 5 students. So today I try to create a teaching video to discuss about 3 questions on paper 1 for trial exam coming soon, maybe October this year. So I try to discuss these 3 questions because I guess many of you forgotten how to do after long time study since last year, Form 4. Okay, do enjoy my video teaching. I will keep on updating for next lesson. Bye. Have a nice day. Hi to all the Form 5 students. Okay, today I try to do some solving problem for trial exam paper 1. Okay, let's see this question. Diagram 1 shows the shaded region that satisfies a quadratic inequality. Please highlight the keywords. So find the quadratic inequality. So the keyword is quadratic inequality. Okay, so now when we do additional maths, we always highlight the keywords, the terms. So form the quadratic inequality. All right, now look at the diagram. The diagram is shaded. Okay, is shaded, right? So now you see we want to focus to the keywords. The diagram is shaded, so and the question say you have to form the quadratic inequality. So the moment we see quadratic inequality, we will find the x-intercept, and the x-intercept for a quadratic function is actually the roots. Okay, this is a concept. So whenever you see x-intercept, that is the root. So you can write root is x, x equal to 2, x equal to negative half. Then quadratic inequality is fx. So then you form the quadratic function first. Okay, so when you put into the factor, make sure the sign is opposite. If plus 2, you put inside the factor is x minus 2 with a bracket, 2x plus 1. Okay, you can write x plus half, but we prefer 2x plus 1. Alright, so now, okay, I will redo again. Let's see. Please remember that when you see quadratic inequality or quadratic function, you don't make equal to 0. Please, if you make it equal to 0, you will get 0 marks. Because for quadratic function and quadratic inequality, we cannot make it equal into 0. Okay, so inequality is either more than, equal, more than, or less than equal. Okay, so I redo again. So first you write the roots. Okay, it's x-intercept. Then you read out the roots. Okay, x-intercept is the roots. So that means the root is x equal to negative half and x equal to 2. And then you see the keywords are not form. So we form the quadratic inequality later. We are now let the function equal first. So we haven't formed the inequality. So I am putting the roots into the factor. So I have to make the sign opposite. Now I make it an integer. Make sure it's integer. So 2x plus 1 and then x minus 2. Okay. Now you look at the shaded region. The shaded region, it means that the y is positive, right? The y is actually your function. The function is your fx. So when you shade above the x-axis, that means the fx, which means that your y is positive. So positive in maths is always using the symbol more than, equal, 0. So finally, you have to write your answer for the quadratic inequality, you have to write 2x plus 1, okay, and then x minus 2 more than equal 0, okay, more than equal 0. Then you will get full marks. Okay, so if you leave your answer in fx equal to 0, you will get 0 marks. Okay, please write your answer as fx 2x plus 1 x minus 2 more than equal 0. Look at the area shaded. Shaded region is positive, right? So then you have to rewrite again your answer. Your answer is 2x plus 1, okay, and then x minus 2, then more than equal 0. Then you will get full marks. Okay, if you never write more than equal 0, you won't get full marks. Understand? So please remember, when you write your quadratic inequality, you have to be have more than equal or less than equal, depends on the shaded region. Okay, now we discuss number 4. For question number 4, you are given n and 6 minus n are the roots. Again, the roots, when you see roots means what? X. For the quadratic equation, okay, they give you the quadratic equation already. Normally when they give you the quadratic equation, you can write down the ABC. So the A is 1, the B is P, the C is 9. Okay, so then for quadratic equation, many students cannot do in SPM exam because the formula for the SOR and POR, what is SOR? Sum of the roots equal to negative B over A, and then product of the roots is C over A, was not given in SPM exam. Okay, so in your coming SPM exam, you look at the table, the formula list, it is not given. It won't be given. So please remember the formula. SOR is negative B over A, POR is C over A. So, okay, now we write the roots first. Roots are x equal to n and x equal to 6 minus n. Okay, so we want to write down the roots. And the roots, you can write as x1 or x2. The x1 is your alpha actually. You can say alpha. And the x2 is your beta. So we say alpha plus beta. So when you take alpha plus beta, it means that you take the two roots and you sum up. So we call it SOR, sum of the roots. So we are going to sum of the root equal to negative B over A. So we will take n plus 6 minus n, which are the roots. Okay. Okay, first of all, we find the ABC first. X squared plus px plus 9 equal to 0. So your A is 1. A is a number beside the x squared. So you have to arrange in order, in general form. And then your B is P and your C is 9. Okay, make sure it's perfect first before you do. If not, everything will be affected. So sum of the root is negative B over A. Remember the formula. So the sum of the roots are referring to the alpha and beta. And the alpha is the x1 and the beta is the x2. So later we will sum up that two equal to negative B over A. And product of the root is C over A. Okay, so now we will take the two roots and sum up. So just now our root A is what? Is n, right? So we will take n plus 6 minus n. So we will sum up the two roots equal to negative P over 1. Okay, now we will take n plus 6 minus n equal to negative P over 1. Okay, that is the formula. Okay, this formula was not given in SPM exam, I guess. Okay, so then you just cancel out the n and minus n. Now you left 6 equal to negative P. So P is equal to negative 6. Okay, so after you solve the P, you have to solve the n. So how to solve the n? You use a product of the roots. Okay, SOR means sum of the roots. POR means product of the root. Product means you multiply. So you will take the two roots and multiply. So the roots just now was n and 6 minus n. You multiply equal to c is 9 and the a is still 1. Right? Just now our a is 1. So then, okay, we will try to expand. After expand, you have to rearrange in general form. Okay, n square 6n minus n square equal to 9. Then we rearrange in general form before we factorize. Then only you factorize, or sometimes you like to use a calculator to help you to solve. It's okay, but make sure you show the proper working. Okay, n is equal to 3. Alright, this is the answer for quadratic equation. Okay, so this is the revision for trial exam. So I will be preparing a few video to help you to do the revision for Form 4 syllabus. Because some of you maybe you forgot already. So please follow my video teaching. I will try to discuss the question that maybe you've forgotten. Because this one is long time ago, last year you learned. So the quadratic equation, I noticed that many students cannot do because they can't recall the concept sometimes, especially when it comes to sum of the roots and product of the roots. Alright, so today we will discuss 3 questions. If possible, try to do 3 questions per day if possible. I try to discuss the question that majority of the students are having problem. Okay, if you are okay, then no problem. Alright, so the quadratic equation settled already. Okay, now I want to discuss one more type of question, which is very popular in paper 1. Okay, what topic is that? Do you know that? I think it's Form 4 topic also. Okay, it's under differentiation. Okay, differentiation consists of many skills. Okay, let's go through the differentiation. Okay, let's see this question. The diagram 2, they give you a diagram. Okay, shows part of the curve y equal to 4 over 3x minus 2 to the power of 2, which passes through point P14. Okay, when you see the curve, that is your y. And then when you see a point on the curve, normally you have to use a point. Normally we use the x value only. Okay, so what the question want us to find, I'm sure when there is a curve given, they will ask you about the differentiation for sure. So the moment you see curve given, you can do dy dx. Okay, dy dx means that you are going to find when they give you y and a point, I'm sure they will ask you to find the dy dx. If not, they won't give you the point. So your first step is you differentiate lah. Okay, still remember how to differentiate this one. This is a chain rule, so you have to raise the power. The moment you want to do differentiation or integration, you must do simplification first until you see axn. So okay, this is a graph given, is a curve. Okay, and the straight line is actually called as tangent to the curve. So whenever you see straight line given, it's actually just like your mathematics, finding equation of straight line, same, actually not difficult. Okay, so when we see tangent, the moment you see tangent, you can do dy dx. Okay, we want to find the equation of straight line PR, which is tangent to the curve. Okay, so now we will start to do dy dx. Okay, first of all, the y, we copy down, y is equal to 4 over 3x minus 2 to the power of 2. So remember how to do chain rule. So we have to raise the power for 3x minus 2 to the power of negative 2. That is the equation, the curve given. So you need to have power first before you do differentiation, okay, because that is curve. So now we want to do dy dx, because dy dx means what? Gradient of the tangent to the curve. Okay, now remember we have to take the power, okay, negative 2 to the in front. Okay, when there is a power, you have to take the power to the in front. Okay, so negative 2 times with 4, then you just copy everything, 3x minus 2, then the power negative 2 minus 1. Okay, so be careful, when you do, you need to be very careful. Okay, when we do differentiation, the power always decrease once. Okay, so double check. Now we will remind ourselves, after we use a chain rule, we always have to check what is the function in the bracket, and we have to differentiate the function in the bracket. This part is the most number of students forget. Okay, so that means you still have to differentiate 3x minus 2, so you'll get 3. Differentiate 3x, you get 3, right? So don't forget to multiply by 3. Okay, so now our dy dx is negative 24 3x minus 2 to the power of negative 3. We have to make it positive by putting down the negative and then as a denominator, so make it positive before we substitute the 0.1. Okay, because the dy dx depends on x, okay, we don't use a y, so you substitute the x equal to 1 into the dy dx, unless the question never give you the x, then you have to use a y to find your x. Okay, so dy dx is negative 24, and then we substitute 3 times 1 because our x is 1, minus 2 to the power of 3. Then we will simplify, so dy dx is equal to gradient, in fact, okay, gradient of the function at that point to the curve. You have to understand the meaning. Dy dx means gradient of the tangent to the curve at a point. Try to recall every day. That means at a point you can find the gradient. How you find? You do dy dx. Okay, how to find the gradient using a point? Only dy dx. If you are having 2 points, you can use a formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? But 1 point, you must do differentiation. So you substitute the 1 inside, then your gradient is negative 24. 3 minus 2 to the power of 3, so it's 1 power 3. 1 power 3 is 1. So that means the gradient is negative 24. So you can actually double check, because the curve, at the curve there, the tangent is a straight line. The tangent is a line that going down. Remember, when the line going down, it should be negative. So it will tell you whether you are doing the right thing. If you get positive, that means something is not right lah. So in order to find the c, we will write the y equal to ms plus c. I think many of you no problem because your max is good. So you substitute the y, you substitute the gradient, substitute the x, you substitute the point, and then you solve to find your c. And then you notice that your c is 28. Okay, after you get the c, you rewrite the equation. Y equal to negative 24x plus 28. This is equation of the tangent. Okay, after you got the answer, always double check your equation with the diagram given. Okay, equation of tangent, it must be a straight line. Okay, when the line is going down, the gradient must be negative, and the c is positive. So later we will check, c is the line cut the y-axis. So we go to the graph and check. Yeah, it seems like the line is going up above the one of the point, which is positive. so it looks like it's more than 4, so it's logically is correct lah. Your C is 28. That means the line cut the y-axis, or we call as y-intercept, is 28, is a positive value. Logically is correct lah. So that is how you double check your careless mistake. Because we as a human being, we always careless. So after we do, we might want to check our careless mistake. Only ourselves, we know we are careless. So then we try to explore different solution, different way to check our own mistake. So that is how you check. You see the line is going up above 4, so you are getting 28. So that means you are okay. Impossible you will get mistake lah. It's logically 28 is positive. So then the straight line is negative 24x plus 28, correct lah. Logically you are right. So if logically you are right, that means the chances to make mistake is less okay. And the m, it looks like going down, negative 24. Okay, so please always make a habit to check the logic sense of the answer to avoid our careless mistake okay. That is how you can be a perfect scorer. Okay, so in future, if you see equation of tangent or equation of normal, you always use dy dx. Okay, if they set the equation of normal, you have to use one more formula, which is m1 m2 equal to negative 1. Just another step. Okay, but equation of tangent is simple. You just do differentiation, dy dx, and then you write y equal to mx plus c, and you find your m, find your c. How you find your m? Use your dy dx, substitute the x inside. Always remember dy dx is gradient. Gradient of what? Tangent to the curve at a point. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept when you do. So let's say that is a curve. Okay, the curve touch the red line, touches at a point. Okay, like this touches. This is sketching. So it is not cutting the straight line. It touches. So when it touch, it can happen only at a point. Okay, so at that point, at that particular point, you want to find the gradient. The only way is dy dx. Okay, I hope I can help you to do revision for your trial exam for SPM